Jackie, honey, sweetie, sugar baby, come on, time to go to work.
Good morning to you, too.
Well, it would be if you'd move yourself.
Give me a good reason why I should.
You want to help Holly, don't you?
You better start giving me another reason.
Another what?
What did you have in mind?
Well, I've thought of an idea which just may help her.
We've tried everything.
Not quite. I've thought of an area where we may find a little bit of support for her case.
I mean, we've talked to everybody you could think of, unless you've got a line on all of them, Basil.
Darling, would I be trying to get you out of bed if I did?
And believe me, it would be a switch.
Well, are you coming?
What do you think?
Then get dressed.
Would it be too much to ask where we're going?
I want to talk to some people who may be able to help us keep Holly out of jail.
You realize, of course, that I have grown accustomed to this way of living. I'm going to insist on it from now on.
Fine.
I thought we would take a walk through Central Park after breakfast.
Good, that doesn't sound too expensive.
And then I thought we would do a little shopping on Fifth Avenue.
How little?
Oh, 1 or 2 cab.
Oh, great. Okay.
Good.
Hello? Yes, put it through. It's an emergency call from Port Charles.
Who could it be?
Could be one of my patients. What? When? What about Jason? What about the baby? Was he with her? Thank God.
Alan,
How is she?
what happened?
Susan's been in an accident, a bad one. She's in surgery now. They don't think she's gonna make it.
How's she doing? Not good. She has arrhythmias. Well, hang in there. There's a short run of VTAC. Well, I can't go any faster.
Lidocaine, 75 milligrams, IV push, followed by lidocaine drip at 4 milligrams per minute. Fast.
What else?
That's about it. She drove into the wall of a building down on the waterfront. What could she have been doing down on the waterfront?
There are lots of bars down the waterfront.
She doesn't have to go down to the waterfront to get drunk.
Any port in the storm.
I guess so. They said that the alcohol content in her blood when they found it was so high.
Well, that stands to reason. I mean, she was smashed when we saw her in the hospital.
Apparently there was a terrible scene after we left. She got into a fight with Steve.
Steve? Why Steve?
I don't know. She was so drunk she couldn't see straight. She was lashing out at anybody, and Steve just happened by.
But Jason's all right.
As far as I know. Heather took him to her mother, and then Susan apparently went off on her own.
Oh, thank God she didn't have him with her.
Thank God. If anything would have happened to that little boy, I never would have forgiven myself.
Or Susan.
Well, we better get moving.
For what?
To go home, of course.
Why?
What do you mean, why? I've got to get back home.
There isn't anything you can do back there.
What about Jason?
Well, I'm sure that he's probably being taken care of by Alice.
Oh, she's probably a total wreck.
Well, then Heather has the baby. He's fine, I'm sure.
There's more to it than that.
Alan, there isn't anything anyone can do back there.
I gotta go. I gotta go, Monica. I've got to be close to her. I've got to be there. She's the mother of my child, Monica. That's it.
But you can't help her.
What would you do? That's what I thought. Look, you stay here. You do whatever you want. I'm going to take the first plane back to Port Charles. you coming with me?
What's it look like?
Look, you don't have to.
I know that.
Really, Monica, I'll be...
Alan, I've been through this nightmare with you so far. I'm not backing out now.
Monica. Thank you.
Heart stabilized, normal sinus rhythm.
All right. Good work, Rick. Keep an eye on her. Shouldn't take me too much longer to treat this fracture.
Mark, the heart is stabilized, but it is still very, very weak.
I understand that.
I don't think it's strong enough for you to continue.
What do you suggest we do?
Suggest you close now.
I can't do that.
I don't think you have any other choice.
And risk the chance of leaving her paralyzed forever.
If her heart stops, that doesn't make much difference, does it?
What if it doesn't?
I don't think that's a chance that I would take.
Then the alternative is one I can't accept. Now, we have to complete this surgery immediately.
Mark, close now. You can go back for that later.
I can't do that. I have to finish what I started.
You may finish your patient.
Now, listen to me, Doctor. This woman has suffered a critical fracture.
She has also suffered blunt trauma to the chest with cardiac contusion.
I have taken that into consideration.
You asked for my opinion. I'm giving it to you. You are risking her life.
You're the cardiologist. I'm the chief surgeon. I understand what you're saying. I'm overruling you.
You are risking her life.
I'm trying to save it, damn it! And we don't waste time arguing. I may have a chance to succeed. I made my decision. Come here, Sponge.
Mark, make it understood that I'm assuming no responsibility for what's about to take place here. You are placing her life in grave danger.
Are you through?
For now, yes.
Let's get on with it.
Well, we appreciate your seeing us on such short notice.
Glad to help. If you'd given me a little more time, I might have been able to round up a few other witnesses. It's hard to find most of our summer employees since we're closed for the winter. As it is, I have 2 waiting outside.
You've briefed them.
Oh, just enough to determine they saw the incidents in question.
Then let's get started.
Send Denise in, please. This lady claims she saw the chase on the screamer. This is Mr. Scorpio and Miss Templeton.
Hello.
Hi. Well, thank you for your cooperation.
I don't know how much help I'll be.
Well, let's get comfortable. Let's see. Now, tell us what happened on the day in question.
Well, I work at a candy concession. I was on my way to my car in the employee parking lot that's under the side of the roller coaster. Just as I was passing by, I saw that couple get off one of the cars.
Luke and Holly.
I think so.
Her descriptions match the pictures in the paper.
Go on.
They were in a hurry. I happened to look back and saw they were being chased by 2 men.
So what did you do then?
Nothing. I thought it was some promotional stunt. They do that sort of thing around here all the time.
Can you describe the 2 men that were chasing Luke and Holly?
Well, I got a pretty good look at one of them. Handsome guy in his mid-30s, dark hair, stocky, well-dressed.
Oliver.
Sounds like it. What about the other one?
I couldn't see him. They were weaving in and out under the roller coaster, and I was in a hurry.
What about the couple?
Oh, I saw them clearly.
Now, look, this part's very important. Did it appear that Luke was pulling Holly along?
How do you mean?
Did it look as if he was forcing her to go with him?
Oh, no, not at all. She was definitely running on her own. They both looked scared to death.
Well, is there anything else?
No, it all happened so fast.
Yes, it always does. Well, thanks very much for your help.
That'll be all. Any use?
A little, but not enough. Send in the next one.
We're ready for you now, Davy. Baby, this is Mr. Scorpio and Miss Templeton.
How do you do?
They're the ones I told you about.
Hi.
Hi, so you guys want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God, right?
You got it, hotshot.
No problem. I got a pornographic memory.
Yeah, well, we'll pass on your hobbies. Have a seat. Now, tell us what happened.
I saw this lady being hustled out of the park by two dudes.
What did she look like?
Oh, she was something. Killer bod, dark hair, all the trimmings. You know, I'll say one thing for those guys. They had good taste.
Where was this?
Not far from the amphitheater.
It's where Luke and I were found out cold. Now, look, was this girl resisting?
Totally. Kicking and screaming. You know, I'm no hero, but she looked so grim, I had to do something.
Yeah. And what did they look like? Was one guy, dark, kind of stocky?
That was the second one. The honcho was blonde.
Did he say anything?
He said the lady was his wife. He called her honey and darling once or twice, and he said they were having a little disagreement and that I shouldn't get involved.
And what was the woman doing?
Not much. She looked like she wanted to say something, but the guy had a pretty good hold of her.
Well, is that it?
That's it. Say, who was the lady anyway?
The lady was Holly Sutton. Know the name?
You're kidding. The con artist? Her face is all over the papers.
Yes. I wished you'd reported that little incident to the security. You may have saved her from a murder rap.
She didn't do it, huh?
No, and you can help us prove it.
You want me to appear in court? I think I'd be dynamite.
Yeah, just keep your act as it is. It's wonderful.
Would you tell that to my girlfriend, please?
I'll walk out with you, Davy. I'll be outside if you need me, okay?
You.
Uh-huh.
Well, what do you think?
It's a start.
They'll help, especially the kid. If we can prove that Holly acted under duress, I mean, that could increase her chances of beating the accessory rap.
Can't hurt, incidentally. Thanks for the help.
Anytime, partner. I think we make a great team.
On and off the field.
Well, we could sure do a lot in Canada if we joined the DIM.
Let's not push it, Sherlock.
Okay. So, what's next?
How do you fancy jumping a plane to Rochester?
Esther Van Gelder.
Just the sort of reinforcements we need at this point.
Well, what have we got to lose? You see this?
It sounded pretty bad, according to that article.
Yes, Ian's morbid flair. He wrote this last night.
Wonder how it happened.
I'm sure a lot of people are asking the same question.
Well, we have questions of our own that need answering. Let's move it.
I'm behind you.
Mrs. Grant, I'd like to tell you how sorry I am to hear about Susan. I know this is a bad time for you, but I am investigating the accident. Could you tell me how it happened?
All I know is that my niece is near death, and her little son may have to grow up without his mother.
Well, if you do think of anything that might help, I'd appreciate it if you get in touch with me. Excuse me.
Here you are.
Dr. Harding.
Oh, hello, Captain.
How's Susan Moore?
Not too well, I'm afraid. She's still in surgery.
Do you have any idea how this accident might have happened?
No, I don't.
There's something here that I just don't understand.
What's that?
Well, Susan's car left its parking spot and then just went right into a stone wall of a building down the street. No skid marks, which means she didn't try to apply the brakes. I believe she never took her foot off the accelerator.
What are you suggesting?
I'm just trying to piece things together. I know from the emergency report that the alcohol content in her blood was rather high when she was admitted here.
Yes, that's true.
I also know that she was here earlier and she caused some trouble.
Well, yes, she was here yesterday. She'd obviously been drinking. She created quite a scene, shouting at the Quartermains about something.
Oh? Do you know anything of what she said?
Nothing worth repeating. She was obviously very disturbed.
Anybody else here?
As far as I know, only Jesse, Alan, and Monica, but I'm sure they'll just tell you what I did. Oh, Heather Weber came to the hospital with Susan and Jason. You might want to question her.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks very much. Mrs. Grant, excuse me for bothering you again, but I'd like to talk to Heather. Do you have any idea where I might see her?
Oh, she just went down to the cafeteria to get some coffee. She'll be right back.
Oh, good. If you don't mind, I'll wait here.
Mrs. Grant, they've just taken your niece to the recovery room. Her condition is very guarded.
Well, she made it.
I hope it was worth it.
She's still alive.
For a few hours, a few days. Her recovery, uncertain at best. There's now even more risk because of your decision.
I did what I felt was best for the patient, Ray.
I hope it is best for the patient for her sake. But I don't think it is, Doctor.
I'm just so upset. I can't go back to work. The rib was nice enough to let me have the week off. I'm going to help Mother take care of Jason. And if I need more time, I think they'll give it to me.
How is Alice?
She's really broken up about it. She feels terrible. How could Susan do that to her?
Heather, I don't think that Susan was thinking about Alice or anyone else at that moment.
I kept trying to tell her. Show her that she was ruining her life. But she just didn't care. I think she was determined to destroy herself.
Well, I heard about the scene that she made yesterday in the hospital.
She totally lost control. I don't know what it is. At first, I thought she was just drunk, but there seems to be something more to it.
There usually is.
For some reason, when Scotty dropped the phone, I just knew it was Susan.
What? What did you say? I don't understand.
Well, I was in the middle of a conversation with Scotty on the phone when Susan got into the car crash. Scotty put the phone down. He totally freaked out. I guess he heard the crash from his office.
Are you saying Susan went to see Scotty just before the accident?
That's right.
I didn't realize that. What was she doing there?
I don't know. Seems kind of strange, though, doesn't it? I mean, I wonder what happened. What got her so upset?
Well, maybe it was an accumulation of events.
If she'd been anywhere else, I would agree with you, but Scotty? Well, maybe we'll have a chance to find out.
Hello? Are you talking about the accident?
Scotty?
You and the accident.
Well, I was half right. It's a terrible thing.
Yeah, I can see you're all upset about it.
Well, how would you know? As a matter of fact, I am.
Scotty, did you talk to the police yesterday?
I reported the accident and I gave a statement. Why?
I just wondered.
I'd be really curious to hear what you said to them.
Well, you know the details as well as I do. I was talking to you on the phone around 3 o'clock when we heard the crash.
What about before the accident, Scotty? What did you say to her? What really happened in the office? What did you say to her to make Susan want to go out and kill herself?
How should I know?
Scotty, what did you say?
Nothing. I couldn't say anything. She burst into the office, she started yelling, and then she ran out.
And that's it?
That's it. That's exactly how it happened, Heather. What's the matter with her?
I imagine she's upset about Susan.
Heather doesn't care about anybody unless they owe her something or she can get something.
Scotty, just what did go on with you and Susan before the accident?
I told you, Gail.
You didn't say anything or do anything to upset her?
No, I didn't.
You said she was yelling.
That's right. She was yelling. She came into the office. She started yelling because she was drunk. I couldn't do anything. She was out the door, and then the wall jumped up in front of her car.
Oh, Scotty, for heaven's
Gail, I
sake.
feel sorry about Susan, but I don't know what made her do it.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Susan suffered massive internal injuries. Her condition is critical at best.
She couldn't live?
I don't know. It doesn't look very good. Now, that doesn't mean she won't pull through. I've seen it happen before, but all we can do now is wait.
Can I see her?
Well, she's in recovery, but I'll let you see her for a moment. What she needs more than your presence is your prayers.
I understand.
Okay, I'll let you know when you can see her.
Please, please.
Now, if you need me for anything, if you want me to talk to you, whatever, call me.
Thank you.
Oh, Heather, excuse me.
Oh, Captain Ramsey.
I'd like to talk to you.
Could I just bring this coffee to my mother first?
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Oh, here you are. Thanks.
Any news on Susan?
I just talked to Dr. Dante, and Susan's condition is critical.
What are her chances?
Not good.
Well, Mother, I just know she's gonna pull through. I talked to the nurse at the front desk, and she said that they contacted Dr. Quartermain in New York City, and he's gonna be here as soon as he can.
Good. I knew he would want to come.
Will you excuse me for a minute, Mother? Captain Ramsey wants to talk to me. Well, I suppose you want to question me about Susan's accident.
That's right. I'm hoping that you might be able to help me fill in some of the holes.
Well, just what is it you want to know?
Well, just one question, really. Why? Why did she do it?
She was drunk. She had an accident.
She never took her foot off the accelerator. I know that she was drinking. I know about the fracas here in the hospital earlier. But no, something was bothering her long before she drove that car into the wall. What happened yesterday?
I wish I knew. I don't know what it could have been. I mean, yesterday was a day like so many other days in the past few months. She seemed like a woman possessed. I've never seen anyone so self-destructive.
That's just about what Dr. Hardy said. But why would she want to destroy herself?
I don't know.
Who does?
Maybe you should ask Scotty Baldwin.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.